Sometimes I think people pick arguments for the sake of it. For example, picking two different rules and trying to subtly compare the wording of the two to somehow say that the meaning is completely different. Such as this comment here, which was in response to my video talking about the use of horns in a vehicle or ringing a bell on a cycle. And the comment says, "I think you have mistakenly equated it with the alert that a cyclist can give with a bell. The two are quite different. The wording in the highway code is clear. Rule 63 versus Rule 112. A car horn can only be used to warn when needed. Warn implies danger, not merely approaching." Now, I don't really see why it's necessary to try to argue that the horn of a car is different to the bell of a bike when talking about the highway code rules, but to illustrate my point, I'm going to go to the very rules themselves and to read bits of them out, and to tell you that as a barrister, if representing this in court, the meaning is ultimately the same. So Rule 63, which is in the section Rules for Cyclists, which is Rules 59 to 82. Rule 63, in respect of the bell, says as follows: "Slow down when necessary and let them know you are there. For example, by ringing your bell. It is recommended that a bell is fitted to your bike, or by calling out politely." Now, as a cyclist myself, and many of you watching will have done, if you're passing on the right, you might call out, "On your right," or "On your left." That lets the pedestrian up ahead know that you're going to pass on the right or on the left. Now, this rule is clearly recommending that you fit and use a bell to warn others of your presence and your approach, particularly because it says take care when passing pedestrians and horse riders, especially children, older adults, or disabled people. And in that context, it says slow down when necessary and let them know you are there, for example, using a bell. Now, comparing that with Rule 112, which is under the general rules, techniques and advice for all drivers and riders. Rule 112, to which this comment referred, says the horn. Use only while your vehicle is moving and when you need to warn other road users of your presence. Never sound your horn aggressively, which, by the way, is something that I said in my previous video. You must not use your horn in the following two situations. And a must not, remember, is going to have law behind it, and in this case, it's the construction and use regulations. So you must not use your horn while stationary on a road or when driving in a built-up area between the hours of 11:30 and 7 a.m. except when another road user poses a danger. So in that scenario, if you are sitting stationary and someone else is going to approach you and they may not have seen you, then that's an exception when you can sound your horn in either of those two situations, either stationary or within those hours, because another road user poses a danger and to warn other road users of your presence. So going back to the comment and why I think with respect that it's baseless and a little bit pedantic, it says that I'm mistaken because I've equated the two when the comment says that they are quite different, when a car horn can only be used to warn others when needed. Warn implies danger, not merely approaching. Well, for one thing, approaching someone is a danger. So if a vehicle is approaching cyclists, it is a danger, however you dress that up. And likewise, if a cyclist is approaching a pedestrian who is more vulnerable on the road, then they are posing a danger to the pedestrian whilst approaching. So approaching someone is a danger, and danger can come about if someone else just hasn't seen that you are there. So either way you look at it, the horn of a vehicle and the bell on a bike are there for ultimately the same reasons. Now, of course, neither should be used with aggression, and the highway code says never sound your horn aggressively, but they are certainly both to be used to warn others of your presence and or any danger that you may pose just by being there. So I hope that serves to clarify the situation, and thank you for watching.